Welcome to Ophiuchus Tarot. This reading will be a love reading for the collective. So I have 3 decks here and some charms, and let's get started. Let's just jump right in. Let's start with this one. All right, Spirit. What do we have for a love reading for the collective? Love reading for the collective. Oh, we've got something. Bird, about to reveal or confess. So let's keep going and find out what it is. I feel like for some, this could be revealing feelings about how they're seeing you, how they're feeling about you, how they're feeling about the situation. Or I feel like in a way, this also has kind of apology wrapped into it. So we'll see. Let's keep going. Oh, okay. Cleansing and love. Oh, yeah. Definitely, definitely. When I was hearing apology, it does make sense. Wanting to clear the air, wanting to clear the energy, wanting to remove all the toxicity or the negativity in the connection. So you and your person could have been at odds for a while. Adore and yeah, this person, whoever they are to you, they really, really love you. Yeah, it's the feeling. I wish I could describe the feeling. There's a heaviness attached to the love, though. I think it's because it almost feels like a weight sitting on top. Let's see, nightlife, gambling, take a risk, Vegas. Yeah. For some of you, your person may have some toxic habits that maybe affected this connection, or they sort of went to these toxic habits after this connection sort of broke down. Okay, so let's keep going. I think it's going to be different for everyone. I want to take this, whatever this is. Access granted. Here we go with the keys. Okay, keys have been a big theme recently in other readings I've done. So what I'm feeling like, now this says social media, fake profile, hiding, but access granted. So this could be someone who is really just looking you up, trying to figure out if you're dating someone new or if you have totally left them behind. As far as the key, they're really just looking for the green light to come back in or to come in. For some of you, I'm hearing this is the first time they would be coming in to confess something to you, their feelings. They would be coming in to confess their feelings. So I kind of find it odd that I feel like there is sort of this toxic situation that kind of sits on top of that. So to those of you who have not really gotten a relationship off the ground with your person, when I say your person, I mean you feel the soul connection, right? So you'll know who I'm talking about. You'll just know if it's for you. I really feel like they're really trying to see if it is a good time to approach you, okay? They may be feeling like they're ready to come in. So you may have been ready before, but at that point, they weren't ready. But now, I'm feeling like they are feeling ready, okay? So let's keep going. That's important. Oh, okay. We have interview, talk, conversation. Yeah, they really do want to come in. They just want to really talk it out. They want to really find a common ground. I feel like this person has matured a lot, and it may have been in a very short period of time, depending on other lessons that they've been facing in their life outside of this connection. Sometimes it doesn't take very long to learn a big lesson, right? And gain the wisdom from that lesson. so let's keep going. I feel like that may be so for quite a few of you if this reading resonates with you. Intervention, rescue, others involved. So I'm hearing this in a few ways. They may be feeling like the intervention is them coming into the situation. Now, I kind of got a little bit of a tug from yesterday's reading with this card. So, again, this could be some sort of a situation where there was a lot of people involved and there was bullying and lies and deception, and I feel like it all comes from around this party life or this nightlife type of energy. It could be a group of friends that kind of didn't want you to fit. So this is what it kind of feels like to me. They may be explaining how they're coming out of that energy, or how they're trying to make healthier choices in their life at this time. Yeah, at the bottom of the deck, we have Divine Masculine. So yeah, tick-tock, time is ticking away. I feel like they realize that time is ticking. So whether you're waiting on a masculine or a feminine, you know, either one, I feel like they really do realize that time is of the essence. And I hear grab the bull by the horns. So for some of you, they may be really rushing in toxic, unhealthy behaviors and people. Yeah, that's what we're saying. Yep. Spirit is trying to like really just put this across to you, that the reason that your person acted in these more toxic ways was because they were living in a toxic environment. And it could have been of their own making. I'm not saying you should jump right in and forgive this person. They were, you know, swayed by others, or, you know, it was something that they chose, and there were lessons that they needed to learn from that particular situation. But this is just for your understanding, so you know why everything sort of went sideways, okay? It really just has nothing to do with you, and it had everything to do with their growth. So I hear last one again, TikTok. Okay, deadline, time running out. So they really do feel this. They're really feeling the pressure, I feel. All right, let's pop on over to these cards and see what they have. All right, Spirit, let's grab a little more information here. I feel like that's something. Seeds, spring, yes. I hear planting new seeds, trying to have a new opportunity. I hear growth in this situation. So I feel like they're really making a conscious effort to step forward with less toxicity, with more honesty, yeah, more openness in general. I feel like they see you clearly, your person, even if you weren't sure about that before. I feel like your person does see you very clearly. And it wasn't that they didn't see you before, it's just that I feel like they felt very insecure about knowing your worth and not feeling their own, okay? Yeah, we have rebirth. They really want to come back in. I feel like a lot of you that resonate with this reading, your person might be, I hear, coming up with a plan, trying to come up with a way to, I want to say, sneak back in. So I feel like they're, I see somebody trying to stick their foot in the door very quietly. So I feel like they're trying to come in without causing a lot of fuss. I think, you know, as much as they want to clear up the past, they almost don't want to bring it back up. They almost don't want you to really focus overly much on them, but see more of the now. And the majority of you, I feel like, really do need answers when it comes to the past before even thinking about moving forward with this person. So if they only think that way, so it helps them get their foot in the door, that maybe you won't focus so much on the past and it kind of quells their fears, that's okay, right? Okay, let's keep going. This one's pretty good. I feel like some really good things might be happening soon. Fulfillment and a wish. I feel like as much as it's their wish to come back in and have something really special with you, because they see your value and what you add to their life, I feel like emotionally as well as, in the physicality, but I feel like they're actually primarily focused on energetically and emotionally what you provide. I feel like that's very new and very rare and very different to them. They're not used to people who act from their heart. So as much as I feel like the wish fulfillment would be on their end as well, I feel like it's actually on your end too. And I say that because I feel like it was your idea of fulfillment, having them come in and being the person that you saw them to be, um, minus all the toxicity that they were surrounded by. I feel like you didn't really see as much of it. Maybe you kind of felt that this was something of a problem, of what maybe held them back, but I don't think you realized how much it held them back. So let's keep going. I feel like the top one. Oh my. Okay, union. Wow. Yeah, this is a really big soulmate connection. And I know you know that. If this is your reading, you already know without a shadow of a doubt that this person is your soulmate or your twin or whatever label you put on it. But this is a very high level divine connection, right? And you feel that. You know there's growth there. And I feel like the majority of you have already gone through a certain level of, or levels, I hear, of growth when it comes to this connection. As much as it's been painful, it's been a really big learning experience, right? I feel like it's opened your eyes to quite a bit more. Yeah, okay, so there's been suffering in the past. I feel like on both ends, really. When there is a really divine connection like this, it really does, even if your person tries to make it seem like they're unbothered or unfazed, know that that's not so. And if you've had to walk away or your person has walked away from you, just know that they didn't do so without feeling suffering and pain in their heart. Maybe they walked away, depending on what side you're on. If your person walked away from you, they did it because I feel like a lot of it was they didn't want to involve you in this. It's almost like they were sort of berating themselves for, I want to say, sitting in this toxicity and living in that level of toxicity when they know that you try to stand in the light or you try to walk in the light. I feel like you're that inspiration, and they felt like they were just going to be dragging you down or dragging you into a very negative situation with people who wouldn't treat you well, right? And I feel like they just weren't ready to pull themselves out of there. Learning lessons, right? But if you walked away from your person, they may be feeling like you walked away without even blinking an eye and that they didn't mean as much to you, right? But they don't realize that your walking away, I feel like, took everything you had to actually do that, because no matter what this person has put you through, you do still love them, right? You do still feel that big connection. So let's keep going. I want to get a few more. I heard 3 more. So we'll go 3 more. Vulnerability. Yeah, I feel like this is a really big topic. It is extremely hard for those who don't operate out of, walking through life with heart, heart on our sleeve. Being vulnerable really is seen as a weakness when in reality it is probably one of your biggest strengths. And I feel like you're really seen for that. You know, we go through ups and downs and in betweens, and I feel like a lot of us that resonate with this type of energy, we are not afraid to wear our hearts on our sleeve. We're not afraid to be authentic. But sometimes those we're connected to in soul contracts and by divine design, vulnerability is seen as a very scary thing to a lot of times to our other halves. You know, they're trying to learn these lessons, right? So let's see. One more here. Comfort zone. Yeah, I heard I have to explain. I was clinging to a comfort zone. So I feel like your person was, in fact, you know, sitting in this because it was comfortable. The friends were comfortable. It was comfortable because nobody was asking them to grow and face fears and sit in uncomfortable new energy. You were. You know what I mean? And they knew if they had to walk towards you, they had to give up so much and come out of, you know, friendships and maybe even friends that they've had since they were kids. You know what I mean? So it was not an easy decision to start growing. Okay. I'm going to get one more on this. Yeah, water again. Okay. So this could be Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. Or what I feel more likely is that it is talking about a depth of emotion and the fear of that depth of emotion. I think this person feels deeper for you than they've ever experienced before. And that can be really frightening. And I feel like that was also something that held them back from stepping forward. So we're gonna oh, sorry, I bumped the camera. I think we're gonna go, all right, we'll grab a couple from this deck. I wasn't sure if I felt it necessary, but I think we will. Anything else for the collective? Wow, okay. I watch your social media. Right. I did say in the beginning, I feel like they are really trying to find out if you're attached to someone else or if you, maybe by what you post, if you're still angry with the way things turned out. So let's see. I can't do this. Yeah, I feel like, of course, there's still some hesitation. I feel like these two cards connect with themselves. They may still feel like they haven't let go of enough or grown enough to, I heard, compete. I feel like your person feels like you have, and you may very well have, a lot of suitors. Or they may assume that you have a lot of suitors because of how highly they see you. I miss hearing your voice. So for those of you who had a friendship beforehand, they do really miss hearing your voice and hearing what you have to say and your thoughts and your feelings about things. I feel like for those of you who did already get to experience some sort of a connection with your person, having you there was such a comfort. And I feel like even the sound of your voice was a comfort to them. Okay, so I'm going to leave that there. And then I'm just going to pull some charms and see if we can get anything else just before we close up. So this may be for the reading that we just went, or for maybe just extra, right? Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Okay, we have a lot. Okay, let's get started. I'm going to start with the shell. I feel like your person does see you as a forever person. As their, I'm being corrected, as their forever person. Yeah, that's how they see you. They see you as that one. And I hear the one that got away. So you could very well be the one that got away in their mind. But I do feel like they are trying really hard to get back to you. We have the elephant. I feel like this is your person. I feel like you may not realize, but they do think of you every day. You do come up in their thoughts, even sometimes while they're trying to work. I feel like you are a big distraction in their life. I feel like when they, start to daydream, if they're in between doing things, you're where they always go. And I feel like they do that because it's a comfort, right? Yeah, there's love here for sure. Even for those of you who feel like it never even got off the ground, they feel that divine connection. They feel that love and they feel that pull. Yeah, I feel like they do want to create some type of love situation with you. I'm hearing if I have to start off as friends and we really have a chance to get to know each other, we can move at your pace. So I feel like your person is willing to bend where I feel like before they were, uncooperative and unwilling to work with you and your needs, right? They were only really focused on, I hear, their addictions or their behaviors or their friends or their parties or their work, whatever they were engrossed in. They were unwilling to bend at that time. And I think it's because they felt like you would never actually walk away. I feel like a lot of you have really walked away or put distance in this situation. I feel like you needed it to heal, or you need not so much to prove a point, but you needed to, I think, more prove to yourself that you could walk away from a situation that was not in your best interest, and as far as your heart and your boundaries that you've been setting for yourself. I feel like your person didn't see that at first. I think they just figured you were playing games, and that part of it was almost, they were almost pointing a finger and saying that that was toxic behavior on your part. Not seeing themselves or turning around and pointing a finger at themselves. Yeah, I feel like that fog is kind of blowing away though, and I think they are really very aware now that or their part that they played, right? Oh yeah, we have the door knocker. So I feel like for some of you they may actually even be coming up and knocking on your door. But this is just my signal for they definitely want to come back in, and they want to be welcomed in, right? Oh, we have another. I feel like this is on both sides, right? You both feel the love for each other. I hear unexpressed. So for a lot of you, this has really been unexpressed. Yeah, there's a depth of emotion. And I feel like when you walked away, boy, did you stir up their seas, because I feel like emotionally it really threw them for a loop. They just really expected you to stick around. I feel like they've had a lot of partners who, or friendships, or that kind of allow their bad behavior for whatever reason. And I don't know if these people sort of bend over backwards for this person, but that's the kind of treatment they're used to. It could be that they're attractive, and that's normally the treatment they give. I think they were really thrown when you didn't act in that way, and I think it kind of hurt their ego, to be honest. Yeah. So we have song signs. I feel like that's going to be really prevalent during this time. So if you come to this reading closer to the time I post this, within a few weeks, I feel like song signs are going to be really big. I also feel like the songs that bring you like a rush of emotion are the songs when you feel it. spiritually, when you feel that song, you'll know that's a sign. Now, it could be from your person and how they're feeling about you, or it could be from spirit, just kind of letting you know what's going on in the situation. So we have 9 3/4 platform here. We got some Harry Potter. But what I'm kind of feeling like is, I was thinking of the train and how it travels. Maybe they have to travel quite a ways to get to you. They could have moved away, or just created emotional distance for some of you. But I do feel like they actually have to travel for the majority of you to get to you now, okay? Yeah, they're still hoping for growth. They're still hoping that things can bloom between the two of you. All right, so here's my little turtle. And this guy, I always see, now he's got, I don't know if you can see, he's got holes in his shell. So for me, it's like never feeling like you've had a safe place to give your emotions. Like you've never really had that home. And I feel like that's a wish and a hope and a dream for this person. They may have had unstable home environments, or moved around a lot, or not really had a family who really focused on their emotional well-being. And I feel like that's one of the biggest draws to you, is because you do. You move through the world with emotion. And I feel like to them, I feel like at first it was completely scary, and probably something that they put down, like or viewed as you having less intelligence, because you weren't moving through logic, you were moving through emotion. But I feel like now they realize the value of that, and I feel like they're looking, again, I hear soft place to land. So they may be looking at you as, again, I want to put these two together, a forever person where they can feel safe, you know, to kind of show all their pieces, or their missing pieces for that matter. All right, we have the little snake here. There may still be some people surrounding this connection. It could be family members of your person, friends of your person, people that they trust. I hear they need to mow the grass, or check the camp. I hear snakes in the camp. So they may have people close to them they may think are on their side or rooting for them, but they're not. So I feel like you'd be able to see through these people. I feel like those of you out there who resonate with this reading, I feel like you just intuitively know when someone's up to no good. I feel like your person doesn't really focus so much on their intuition, and they really move by logic. So their intuition may be lacking in this department. They may not realize that these people they're asking advice from are really maybe steering them in the wrong direction. So it may take a little longer for some of them to come your way. I don't feel like it'll stop it entirely. I don't feel like anything can stop a divine connection. When it's time, it's time. Spirit will put it together. They'll have you guys bump into each other at a Wawa, or I don't know what stores you have, but like a little convenience store. So yeah, I feel like no matter what, they may slow your person down, but they're not going to stop your person from coming entirely. Yeah, we have a ghost. They may actually be kind of angry with you for some of you. If you walked away from this connection, they could be looking at you. Now, they could have walked away in the beginning, and then you stuck around to try and, you just really wanted them to see you clearly, is what I hear. They could actually be looking at you now. They weren't putting in any effort in the connection, but you were putting in the effort, I feel. So when you finally walked away, now they feel they have the audacity to be a little angry about that. Silly, I know. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm getting. Interesting perspective, right? I have this little flower for Christmas. This one always reminds me of Christmas. I feel like again, something between now and Christmas is important. Um, they may be slowly making their way between those times, and it's going to vary for all of you. But I do feel like Christmas holds something significant by Christmas, okay? Now, we've got this little owl here, and I heard I see with clarity. So I feel like your person, I guess, sees you as, I heard you see through me. I feel like they're not used to that. And just as a side note, I feel like your spirituality or your spiritual gifts, as much as they interest your person, I feel like they frighten your person as well. To feel so exposed or to be so exposed can be really difficult. And I feel like that's another thing that kind of slows them down. I feel like they don't realize how accepting and loving you are. And forgiving in situations. I feel like that's something they don't realize. I feel like they feel they'll be put on the spot and made to feel like less. And I don't know emotionally if your person can really handle that. And I think that's why they're hesitant to step forward. Okay, now we've got the little key here. I feel like when it comes down to it, this is the green light. Your person will finally figure it out. I heard idea and saw a little light bulb. So they may finally come up with an idea that they feel comfortable with to help them move towards you. So that is what I have for you. Yeah, it looks good. It looks good. I feel like this may have been a long time coming for a lot of you. Okay, that's what I have. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time.